Twins Cliff and Chris Paul couldn't stop talking about the assist. And yet, a new question,
Daddy, where does this come from?
rendered them speechless. As the Pauls delved deep into their lineage, they discovered something extraordinary. In 1922, local shopkeeper Clifford Paul, Sr., inspired employees at State Farm, a thriving new insurance agency, to be there for customers like a good neighbor. While Christopher Paul, Sr., revolutionized the game of basketball by suggesting players pass the ball to other players who could then score. Delighted that their ancestors invented the assist, the Twins could rest assured the gift of giving was in their genes. Allegedly. Nothing endures like the legacy of an assist.
Welcome to this week's episode of The Rush. I'm Hannah Duncan. This week we bring you baseball against Lockport and Rochester, girls track, boys tennis, softball against Rochester also, and soccer as they took on Dunlap and the tough Rochester Rockets as well. Let's go ahead and start the show. The baseball team headed to Edwardsville in a rain-shortened tournament last Saturday, facing Lockport before the weather postponed the rest of the games. Senior Jacob Siebert joins us now. Thanks for coming on, Jacob.
Thank you.
Let's go ahead and take a look at the results from Lockport. Glenwood would win this game over Lockport. 5-4 would be the final score. Sicardi with the winning pitcher, and then Mayton went 1 for 2 with a double. Next, the boys faced the Rochester Rockets on Tuesday and Wednesday. So what was your biggest challenge as you guys looked to face the tough Rochester?
They have a lot of good hitters on their team, so our main concern was just kind of like keeping their offense at bay and just making sure that we throw strikes and don't let any like easy runs on. So our main concern was just kind of controlling their hitters.
Well, let's see if you guys were able to control them as we take a look at the first game. The first game against Rochester at Rochester will start in the first inning of the game with 2 outs. Nick Mayton on the mound for bump day. He walks a batter, a little odd start for him, not as great as he usually is, but the next batter would ground out back to Mayton to end the inning for Glenwood. We will go to the second inning now. The Rockets defense is really coming alive and holding their own in this game as they get Andrew Benitis to ground out, and then the pitching was stellar for them also. Ben Trask will go down swinging, and then Matt Sicardi up to bat. He will ground out to end the inning as the Titans just couldn't really get anything going early in this game, and they would really have to fight hard in this one also. In the third inning, Mayton is in trouble as that ball will go over Brendan Hostetler to the fence for a double. The next batter will drop a bunt that's dropped by Mayton also, which advances the runners on the error, and Glenwood is in trouble again. The next batter will hit in 2 runs with a gapper to short as the Rockets would be up 3-0 in the game. So how'd you guys really try to keep your cool?
We've been in this situation before where we've been down and we've been able to come back in games before like this. So it's just a matter of composure and keeping your confidence up in a game like that. Things
almost got out of control, but then here the ball is hit out to shallow right. Brendan Hostetler will come in with the diving catch, not allowing any runs to score though, helping Mayton get out of the inning. And then in the 5th, you come in for Mayton and help get him out of the inning with the out there, and then we'll get 1 more out for Glenwood. You really, how'd you really come up for him when he needed you?
When I came in, it was just a matter of throwing strikes and keeping the ball low to make sure they couldn't get any extra base hits. So my job going in was just to get ground balls the best I could.
Now it's time for the offense as it's tied 3-3. Hostetler hits a double that scores 2 as Mayton will run in for the game-winning hit. Glenwood would come out on top in this comeback game as they would beat Rochester 5-3. Siebert, you got the win, and no, you didn't allow any runs, and now Glenwood has a 24-2 record. Now time for some post-game interviews.
Well, I wish we weren't in that spot where we had to win it that way. I mean, Rochester just flat out played us for 5 innings. I mean, Fisher did a great job on the mound and just had us totally off balance. And They were really aggressive at the plate against Nick and didn't try to do too much, just a lot of solid line drive hits, but they had everything going their way for 5 innings. We were very fortunate we were able to get something going there in the 6th and kind of get it back our way a little bit. Yeah, I suppose you have to get through some adversity sometimes, and we've done that a few times this year. Like I said, we've got to do a little better job of coming out ready to play, and I don't want to take anything away from them because the reason we looked so flat was because Fisher just dominated us on the mound and really made us look bad at the plate, and that really kind of gives the appearance of looking flat. But they really jumped on us early. They were the team ready to play, and we weren't, and we've got to correct that. Postseason, you don't get that opportunity. There's a lot more, I think, luck involved in what happens in the postseason. But I also think the conference and games like this really help you for the postseason. So, yeah, the conference, I mean, for your initial question, conference is very important to us. We need to get 2 more to do what we really want to do and win it outright, and like you said, 1 more to get a tie. And we found out tonight it's not going to be easy because Rochester plays us tough, and I'm sure Lincoln will next week too.
So it was probably tough being down 3-0 to Rochester in that game. So how did you guys try to keep up the energy, and how did you achieve the comeback that you did?
It was just keeping the right mindset of where we weren't out of the game. The game wasn't over yet, so we always have a chance when we're down. And we're a good enough team to come back when we're losing.
And you had to come in for Maton, who unusually gave up those runs that he did. So what kind of was your mindset as you were going into pitch, and how were you able to hold them down?
Just kind of keep the run, like how many runs we give up at a minimum, because if it got out of hand, then we wouldn't have been able to come back the way that we did. So my job was just to make sure that I didn't allow any more runs.
Then you guys took on Rochester again the day after, back at South Park for Glenwood, and you guys won 7-1 this time. Kyle Hall went 7 innings pitched with no earned runs and 10 strikeouts, and Ben Trask went 2 for 3. So now tonight you guys are going to play Quincy and then Edwardsville, and Edwardsville is the top-ranked team in the state. So how are you preparing for them, and how are you guys going to try to go into that game with some momentum?
We're going to try to make sure that our offense and pitching is good. So I don't know who's pitching that game, but we're just going to make sure we keep the ball low, try to contain their runs that they get, and try to stay on top of the ball when we hit. So it's a matter of hitting and pitching that we both need for that game.
Well, thanks for coming on, and good luck.
Thank you.
The team plays Quincy at home this afternoon at 4 o'clock, and they will make up a game against the #1 ranked Edwardsville afterwards. It's time to take our first commercial break. When the rush comes back, we'll bring you track, tennis, and softball. Stay right there.
Fat Willie's in Chatham is a great family restaurant that supplies a wonderful dining experience. We offer outstanding fried chicken and over-the-top Walleye pizza. With quality products at affordable prices, Fat Willie's is the way to go. Open Monday through Saturday, 12 a.m. to midnight. Call us today at 217-483-6969.
Aaron, you're all set?
Great, thanks.
Mike, thanks for doing that discount double check. You saved us hundreds.
What was that?
The discount double check? It's when we comb through your policies to make sure that you're getting all the discounts you deserve.
No, I get that part, but you guys are doing my move.
The discount double check move?
It's my touchdown dance.
So you're a dancer?
No, I'm a quarterback.
Oh, quarterback.
More.
I'm a robot. Get out of here.
Get to a better state, State Farm.
Call Steve Bedford in Chatham for personal service and discounts that you deserve.
Kids, the breakfast is ready. Eat up. Your friend's gonna be here pretty soon.
I'll be there in a second.
Have a great day.
My friend's here, I'm leaving.
Be safe. Come home right after school.
All right, see ya.
Wow, your dads are really looking out for you.
That's not my dad. That's my family's financial advisor, Mr. Sullivan.
Sullivan Financial, looking out for your investments and your family.
Welcome back. The girls track team hosted a CSA invite that started on Thursday but didn't finish until Saturday due to the weather. We'll go ahead and jump into the highlights from Thursday. We'll go to the first race of the meet for the girls track and field. The girls 3,200 meter relay will start at the gun with junior Caroline Worrell taking the first leg at a strong pace, and then eventually another junior, Taylor Justison, would close out the race for the team with a dominating time of 10:05. A good time for them, and they're hoping to break their PR this coming week, and they've had a great run, and another great race as Taylor Justison will end it there. Next, we have the 100 high hurdles with senior hurdler Alicia Windish, as she will fly over the hurdles, and she'll get an impressive third place and a time of 16.46 seconds. Just missing second place, as if you watch the Lanphier hurdler, really they're neck and neck, and at the line they are just really close there at the end, but she'll get second. Then on to the field events with Allison Warner. She jumps for second place with 17 feet 10 inches. And at the shot put, Ellie Alexander will toss her way into second place with a throw of 35.2 feet to give the Titans huge points in the long run. On Saturday, though, she would set the CS8 discus record with a 133 feet 10 inch, and she's just been a great asset to this team. This was an extremely close meet. Springfield would come out on top, 143.5, Southeast in second, only by 141, and then Glenwood down in third, only by 1 point with 140. The boys runners are at home this afternoon at 4 o'clock for a CS8 meet, and the boys and girls are at home on Monday for the Capital Area Classic. The boys tennis team traveled to Normal West on Tuesday afternoon. Let's serve up the results against them. Glenwood not able to keep up with them, as only one Glenwood player would win, as Fulkerson would win 6-2, 6-3, and Normal U High would win 6-1 overall with the singles. We have more with the players now.
This season's been pretty good, actually. It's not as good as we've done the last couple of years, but we've been able to pull together, and we've beat some of our tough competition at conference, and we lost to Springfield, but we could do better this weekend at conference and in sections. Really, our biggest strength is our team bonding and how we've been able to come together at meets and support each other during each other's matches. It's actually really fun. This year's freshman class is really interesting, and you could say they kind of mentor us, because we have a freshman at number 1, Kevin Zhang, and then our number 2 is Zach Denhouse, and he's a sophomore. Well, as I said, we're really close, and during everyone's match, usually people will come out and support you, so we've been able to pull a couple of tight matches out.
This afternoon, the boys will be at Washington Park for a CS8 matchup hosted by Springfield. The Lady Titans softball team had 2 games on Tuesday and Wednesday against a tough Rochester team. Let's go ahead and see how they did. First, Glenwood and Rochester at Rochester, coming into this game tied for first place, so it would be a good game already. Bree Graham pitching for Glenwood. She lets this hit get by her for a single, but she would end the inning keeping it scoreless. On to the third, Glenwood would get a deep hit, but it's not quite far enough, as Rochester's Rachel Anderson is able to make the catch. Still in the third inning, another nice play is made by Glenwood as Lexi Kester throws a bullet to second to tag the runner out. This game is really a pitcher's duel between Bree Graham and Rochester's Hannah Yatoni. Kat Ward will show her hustle in the fourth inning as she grabs the grounder and runs it back to first in time for the out. Then in the fifth inning, another big hit, this time from Rochester, but the outfielder is really stepping up in this game as Peyton Cole is able to make the catch out of the air for that one. She really did well on both sides of the game, as you will see Cole getting on with a single, but the Rockets will end the inning, so we head to the final 7th inning, still tied at 0. Sammy Long will hit a ground ball to second. She's able to make it to first on the hop, and that's what starts Glenwood's run in this game. After a walk to Alexa Brown, the Titans are threatening with runners in scoring position. Graham lays down a bunt, and it gets away, and Sammy Long is able to run in to score the first run of the game for Glenwood as the ball bounced off the baseman's leg. Then Lexi Kester is walked, and with the bases loaded, so that sends Alexa Brown in, and they were really able to get to the pitcher late in this game, and they led 2-0. Parker Bandy will get a hit to right to bring in 2 more runs, as Kat Ward will run in for some more insurance, and the Lady Titans would score 4 runs in the 7th inning, and they head to the bottom of the 7th up 4-0. Bree Graham will finish another complete game with another shutout, as well as she gets the runner to ground out for the final out in the game. Glenwood wins in a close one, and this win also gives Glenwood the sole possession of first place as they top the Rockets 4-0. Bree Graham with 7 innings pitched, 3 hits allowed, and 0 earned runs, and Parker Bandy with the 2-run single. Jumping to the next game against Rochester, at Glenwood's home this time, Parker Bandy had a homer to put the Titans up 1-0 early, but the Rockets would respond with a solo home run of their own from Lyric Boone to put the Rockets on the board and tie the game at 1. They knew that this game would be a close one again, a tough team to play, and we head to the 5th inning. Parker Bandy, who hit a home run her first time up, this time she has a big hit too as it goes to the fence for a double. She went 3 for 3 in the game as she runs to second. Also in the 5th inning, Maddie Torrey up to bat on the very next pitch, a swinging bunt you could call it. The Rockets overthrow, and Parker Bandy will run home 2-1 Glenwood in the 5th as they take the lead. Then in the 6th inning, Rochester's Allie Bortmus gets another hit to the outfield. They're able to score on the RBI single to tie it up again at 2 as the Lady Titans had to face yet another tight game from these Rockets. And then in the 6th inning, there will be another big hit from the Rockets, but Maddie Torrey robs it at the fence to end the inning, still tied at 2. Pinch runner Olivia McClintock for Glenwood will try to seal third, and it's a similar play to yesterday's game as the Rockets can't handle the ball, and McClintock scores to give Glenwood the 3-2 lead, but still definitely not a comfortable lead yet as they knew what the Rockets were capable of. Another Glenwood hit from Peyton Cole brings in Kat Ward as their bats really came alive late as Cole's hit put them up 4-2 over the Rockets, but they would still have to fight for this one. Then Carolyn Frankie drives in another with an RBI single as Peyton Cole will come home, and it's 5-2 now Glenwood as they get some more insurance runs. And then Sammy Long, this is still all in the 6th inning. She gets a hit to center to bring in Parker Bandy, and the Titans lead 6-2, but they're still not quite done yet. Alexa Brown up to bat will get another hit to drop, and that'll cap it off as Maddie Torrey will score for Glenwood to put the girls up by 5. The Lady Titans then will get the batter out to finish the game. Bree Graham pitching yet another complete game, 2nd day in a row, and the final score doesn't really show how close the game was, but it does keep the Lady Titans in sole possession of first place in the CS8 with 2 games to play, holding a 1-game lead on SHG as they beat the Rockets 7-2. The girls play this afternoon at 4:30 in Williamsville. Now it's time for our last commercial break of the day. When we come back, we'll bring you girls soccer and the top 3. Hang tight.
Well, Mr. Raji, we could save you hundreds by doing a discount double check.
Not you too, Raji. You're on my team. You know that's my move.
The discount double check?
No, it's my touchdown dance, man.
Here we go again. Sir, you're not even doing it right. Raji, drop it.
Show me what you got, Raji.
What is this?
Come on now. You said you were a dancer.
Where you going, buddy? Come on back.
Get to a better state. State Farm.
Call Steve Bedford in Chatham for personal service and discounts that you deserve.
Fat Willie's in Chatham is a great family restaurant that supplies a wonderful dining experience. We offer outstanding fried chicken and over-the-top walleye and pizza. With quality products at affordable prices, Fat Willie's is the way to go. Open Monday through Saturday, 12 a.m. to midnight. Call us today at 217-483-6969.
Welcome back. The girls soccer team played Dunlap on Saturday. As we go ahead and jump into the highlight, the Eagles. Glenwood hasn't seen them much, but we'll start off the game with Taylor Perriott early in the game getting fouled by Dunlap inside the box, which gives Glenwood an easy chance to lead the game, but Kelly Graves will take the penalty kick and send the ball over the crossbar to miss the goal and also miss Glenwood's chance at an early lead. Up next, though, Maddie Clintworth will try and find an open pass for one of her teammates and will end up sending the ball to Katie Julin, who then has a bullet of a strike towards the goal, but the goalkeeper is there to save it. Next, Maddie Clintworth again, this time taking a corner kick, perfectly placed so that Maggie Julin is able to head the ball right into the goal, as the game is now up 3-0 at this point. Glenwood really taking a hold of this one. Maggie Julin is up again as she takes a touch from the ball to get away from the defender and takes a shot from 35 yards out to send the ball past the goalkeeper's fingertips to give Glenwood a 4-point lead in the first half. Dunlap will have a reply of their own, though, as the ball flies to the hands of Lauer, but this ball seemed like an easy save, but she couldn't get a grasp on it. Not much action in the second period, but Maddie Clintworth will cross the ball, hoping for someone to pick up the shot, and Rachel Mays takes control and passes it to Michaela Tanner, tries for her chance, but the goalkeeper saves it. Julin we see Kelly Graves showcasing her famous jukes, trying to pass the ball to Taylor Perriott, but they defend it as well. Glenwood will win 4-1. Julin with 2 goals, and now their record is 11-4-4. Then on Monday, the girls finished a close game that they started last Thursday against the Rochester Rockets. Since no goals were scored for the last 9 minutes, it went into overtime with the golden goal rule in place. Maddie Clintworth had a flip in as she pops the ball in the air. Kennedy Sheedy heads it, and it'll be bobbled around a lot, but Kelly Graves gets her foot on the ball to win the game against Rochester in overtime. The final score will be 1-0 Glenwood with the win, as Kelly Graves, you just saw her score the game-winning goal, making Glenwood's record 12-4-4. Then moving on, let's go ahead and take a look at some interviews with Kelly.
Definitely going to miss Glenwood soccer and all of my friends, because all of my friends are on Glenwood soccer and everyone else. It's going to be a tough time.
Now it's time for the top 3 plays of the week. We'll go ahead and jump into play number 3, baseball at Rochester. The Rockets hit it to shallow right, but Brendan Hostetler will dive and make the catch out of nowhere to help Glenwood in this game. Then play number 2, it's tied at 0 in the 7th inning at the softball field. Bree Graham lays down a bunt, and they throw to third, and that gets away, so Sammy Long is able to run in, breaking the tie. The top play of the week is the baseball team. Tied at 3, Brendan Hostetler drives in a double that will score 2 runs, and that wins the game for the Titans after their massive comeback in this game. Tune in next week for another top 3. That's all for this week's episode of The Rush. The boys tennis team is at Washington Park this afternoon at 4 o'clock. Boys track has a CS8 meet here also at 4, and the baseball team plays Quincy and then Edwardsville, the top team in the state. Softball also heads to Williamsville at 4:30. Thanks for watching. See you next week for our last episode of the season.